Hey there, and welcome to Saloon Space. Grimley is a brilliant little track, and in spite of missing a few cars compared to the booking list, the racing was good. Before we look at this week's European Championship, be sure to like the video, it helps out a small channel more than you could imagine. As always, starting with last week's results at Grimley Raceway. 178 Kieran Bowman took the first heat, then 370 Rowan Venai took heat 2 and the final. That podium is completed with 277 Jack Grandin and 902 Buster Jr. There wasn't an all-comers on the programme, but we had one anyway, and that was won by 199 Phil Powell. This week is Taunton for the European Championship, where 720 Archie Brown will defend that title. And while we're on his name, let's just stick that straight onto the predictions. We know it's going to be there anyway. As much as I hope for it, this weekend will not be streamed on 247 TV because the team will instead be at King's Lynn for the first Bristol Formula 1 World Semi-Final. It makes it especially hard for me to make next week's video because I will also be at King's Lynn instead of Taunton. My excuse is that King's Lynn is my local, and I've done a whole lot of travelling in the last 2 months for stock cars, and I'll still have Knock Hill to travel to on Wednesday as well. I thought about putting Knock Hill in this week's video, but I decided to leave it till next week instead, because then I'd also have to put Yarmouth in this one too, and then I wouldn't be able to post it till Friday, and I don't like posting that late in the week. I want you to know when I was writing this script, I went on a crazy tangent and I basically just completely cut out. This video could have been like 15 minutes long if I wanted it to be. Where was I though? Booking list. 39 cars will be appearing at Taunton this weekend, 4 of which have lifted the trophy before. Weather for the weekend looks to be low 20s on both days, getting down to 17ish on Saturday night. No rain on Saturday, but a good chance for some on Sunday. I said on Twitter that predictions might have been a little bit weird because I know basically nothing about this track and who's good at it, but I think I've managed to put together a decent list. 720 Archie Brown was here from earlier, but Ryan Santry was one I was reluctant to put on any tarmac list. He did, however, show that he's not just a King's Lynn specialist when he went to Gowdenbeath and won the British. I feel a lot more confident to put him on the list this weekend. Another local man, 902 Buster Jr., is one that always rises to the top but can never quite get there when it comes to the bigger titles. It's surely just a matter of time before it happens. 600 Barry Russell isn't one I had on this list until I looked at the weather. Last time a European ran at Taunton in 2022, it rained and Barry was in a league of his own. I think if he can have the weather on his side again, he could have a good shot. With the big bit out the way, we can scale it back down to Grimley on Sunday. Out of 20 cars booked in, only 14 would show. But of course, saloons are saloons and they could make a good meeting out of just 2 cars if they wanted. Things were definitely helped by the track being so tiny. F2s were also on and they really struggled with a very bumpy track, but the bigger and softer saloons didn't really have the same issue. 661 Graeme Shevill was a late booking, and I'm glad he went for it. He created some great moments. Follow-ins weren't supposed to be allowed, but that didn't stop him getting 28 Ian Govia in Heat 2. Although I'm not quite sure what made him do it. Ian didn't return to the track afterwards, and neither did 694 Grady Ross, who came all this way just to get 1.5 out of 4 races. That one felt bad to see. I said about how we didn't get many cars for this meeting, but a funny thing is the race with the least cars was the best in my opinion. The already lacking 14 became just 11 cars for the meeting final, but things really turned up from the heats. Just without the follow-in, with neither of the 2 cars involved taking part in the final. That is, though, all I have for you this week. Next week will be a review of the European Championship weekend and a preview for meetings at 4 different tracks. Enjoy Taunton, and I'll see you next week.